Hopefully these noodles are okay because the cup is lid. That aluminum lid is broken. I didn't break it. There's nothing in the bag that can break the lid. Let's see. I'm fucking exhausted. This fucking t-shirt I need to wash again. I'm breaking my back every fucking day. I'm thirsty. I had someone send a message about the S22, but I don't think they're serious. I just looked at the Bank of England to see what these current notes are supposed to look like, because they got expired ones. Like I came across that 10-pound Elizabeth note that's no longer in circulation or something. They're saying they still have face value, but apparently not. And there's no pictures on the website for the notes that they have. That's the reason why. You understand? There's no pictures of the 10-pound, 20-pound, 50-pound notes, or even the 5-pound Churchill notes on the Bank of England website. Their own fucking notes they don't have pictures of. You understand? They don't have pictures on the fucking Bank of England website with their own notes. And that's the reason why, because they changed the notes a couple of times. Since 100 years ago, they changed the notes a couple of times, and the ones that are expired are no longer have any value. So you don't know what the fuck you're supposed to look at. Like, is this one, current or not? You don't know what the fuck you're supposed to be looking for when you're trying to find a current note that's, that still has, that's current enough to have value. So if you want to play around with cash, you can, but you better know what those notes are supposed to look at, because they don't have any value. The old ones don't have any value at all. Yeah, this stuff is a little dry. Oh wow. Yeah, it can be a little bit too dry. That's a robbery. It's full of smoke already.
When we hammered this video.
Oh, they got the goodies. They got the goodie bags.
Daar kan ik mijn houden.
Last time they just had you one rid of it. That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that soup had burp and shit in it. That's why the lid was cracked.
What do you think the reason is that it's been? They always say that.
Okay, last two back side.
Okay, next.
There's no water. There's no water in this one?
Yes, they've all got
Everything
water in
inside.
it.
There's no water.
No, I'll take one of them.
Okay. You can have two more.
Okay.
Grab a couple more.
I'm gonna vomit. Yeah, they poison the water, that's why they don't want to give me water. It's okay if you mix it. You can do a little bit of a mix. The energy drink is good this time. Pretty good. Like I said, very refreshing. Very invigorating. Not bad. Energy drink is good. Like I said, sometimes it can be very, very good. Salt and vinegar baked. Potato chips. If they come back, we get more energy drink. Yeah, my stomach is disturbed right now. Burping shit in the. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If they come back, we'll get more energy drinks. It's pretty good, like I said, excellent. Cheap, but very, very good. Zesty, kind of like lemon juice. Very invigorating when it's not poison. It's very good. Cheap energy drink, but very good. Fucking drink a gallon of that stuff in a day.
I think he's the owner.
Some internet. Yeah, Pizza Hut is coming up all the way here.
Can't believe it got squashed.
Yeah, but yeah, today's been a bad day.
Coots, there we go.
So you can. Hot Wheels seems like it's related to his policies. And then she had some kind of ridiculous explanation about transportation as wheels or something. So it started out bad and she made it worse. And I know I can speak for all Republicans when I say I'd like to see more of Jasmine Crockett at the head of the ticket. She's so bad at what she does, just so bad, that James Carville must be like turning in his grave. I assume he's been long, just based on his appearance. It just can't get better, so keep going, Jasmine Crockett. We'd like more of that. Alright, see. Speaker Mike Johnson clarified something that for some reason I didn't know. And I was so surprised I was just finding this out. It's one of those things where you think, where have I been? How in the world did I not know this? But ABC News is reporting that Mike Johnson said that Congress has the authority to stop providing funding to federal courts. He says, we do have authority over the federal courts. We can eliminate an entire district court. We have power of funding over the courts and all these other things, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and Congress is going to act. Is that a real thing? That the Congress can just defund a court if the court is rogue? Because we keep talking about, impeaching a judge, which the smart people say that's going to take forever, and, you're going to get too much resistance, and it's probably a bad precedent. But what if you just said, how about we'll just get rid of your entire court? I feel like I'm down for that. Because right now the court is completely out of control. I mean, it's just completely politicized. It's useless. It's more than useless. It's just damaging. So that would be fun. Now, I do suspect that this is one of those things that could go both ways. You think it's a good idea when your team does it, but what if the other team gets in power? And then they can do it too. But why would they ever need to? Because all of the crazy rulings are all coming from the left. Even if you don't agree with the ruling that comes out of right-leaning judges, it's not crazy shit. But the left is just way off the reservation at this point. So I would kind of like to see this. Just see what happens. Just pick one of the worst courts, and I would even go so far as to say that if even some of the judges are good on a particular court, is that how it works? There are multiple judges in each of these districts. If one of them is so bad that you have to defund the entire district, I'm okay with that. It's not ideal. It's definitely not a scalpel. It's definitely a chainsaw. But we're in chainsaw territory. Yeah, I'd pick the chainsaw. Anyway, let's talk about the update on the Signal app drama controversy. Number one, I would say that it's a 2 out of 10 in importance. 2 out of 10. Almost everything that we talk about in politics is at least a 7 out of 10, or else it's not in the news at all. So this is the most trivial thing that we've ever talked about to pretend is big. But the Dramacrats are sending all their best actors out. So let me give you 2 ways that the Signal app story could be told by politicians. Here's one way. Well, it looks like somebody made a mistake on the Signal app and added a journalist. It was very unfortunate, but we learned from our mistakes, so we won't do that again. Luckily, nobody got hurt. And Mike Walls is taking full responsibility, even though he wasn't the one who added the journalist. Apparently that was some staffer, but it was his staffer, so he's taking full responsibility. And it's a good thing that what we saw was our elected representatives, not elected, but the cabinet people, one elected, having a very fruitful discussion about whether we should be the ones to pay for keeping the shipping lanes open. When J.D. Vance said something on the messages that 3% of the traffic that the Houthis were preventing would be American traffic, just 3%, and 40% would be European traffic. Now that would be me talking about it like it's a 2 out of 10. Let me give you the Dramacrat presentation. Oh my God! Oh, the level of incompetence! Oh my fucking God! It's the same story. They just add the drama. And apparently they've all agreed that the word incompetence will be the key word. Oh, they're gross. And you have to say incompetence in a certain way. So you can't say, well, it looked like there was some incompetence there, but glad they got that under control. That wouldn't be much of a story. So you have to say, the incompetence. Oh, the incompetence. So much incompetence. Yeah, and, you know, probably that incompetence is all over the entire administration, just reeking with incompetence. Incompetence all over the place. So that's the Dramacrats. Well, what else do we know about it? And I think the Dramacrats are competing to see who gets the lead in the play, because they're all trying to be more disgusted than the last person. Then I made the comment that there was no alternative to using the Signal app because the government secure phones and stuff were not efficient. And then a bunch of people corrected me. They said, no, Scott, each of the top officials have secure phones in their offices, and so they could have done it on the secure phones. To which I say, you fucking think Signal is a phone? How many of you don't know the difference between a phone call and a text message chat room? The reason they're using the text message chat room is so they can do things in an asynchronous way. Somebody's playing with their kids and answering a message and checking in. Somebody's on the road, somebody's on a plane, somebody's on the way to their office. That's not a phone call. If you had to get all these people on their desks with their secret encrypted phones that the government has, first of all, they wouldn't want to do any of this on a phone call. It would just be the biggest waste of time ever. And secondly, they're just not going to be available on fast notice. So, no, there is no government encrypted, fully secure chat service. And the Signal app is approved for government use as long as you don't do the top secrets, which we'll talk about. And then I saw Jeffrey Goldberg get dismantled by Tim Miller, who is a notable Democrat. And Tim Miller asked him, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, you know, are you going to release it? And Goldberg goes, oh, no, I take classified information seriously, so I'm not going to release any more of the messages that I have. And then Tim Miller, without realizing what he was doing, I think, asked him the following question. Well, could you show it to some people who have security clearance? And then they can help us judge whether it was really classified and war plans. And Goldberg's answer was, oh, fubba bubba, fubba bubba. Well, and he sort of decomposed. But I'm hearing today, but I don't have confirmation, that more of the messages were released? Or was it all of the messages were released? So, if they were all released, that would be a pretty big change from these are too sensitive to, we'll just release them all. So I need a little clarification on that. I couldn't tell before I went live here. Let's see, what else is going on there? There's so much going on in that tiny little unimportant story. And then we had a couple of folks weigh in to tell us that Jeffrey Goldberg is a highly credible and respected journalist. Ian Bremmer said that on X, and also David Axelrod. Now, remember I always tell you that what happened doesn't tell you anything. You have to know who. Now, Jeffrey Goldberg is associated with some of the more notable hoaxes that we've seen. So why would Ian Bremmer
No, you got told there was parking, but you're not allowed to park under them.
No, don't say that. You don't see. You want to come back up with the man? You see, you open everybody else's bag and I don't eat. Make him come fuck himself. I fucking can't stand it.
$135.
Yo.
Fucking buy that shit.
Person up there already got one, he's already eaten out of it, and he just passed me the other one. That's bullshit.
它里面全都是。
This is already gone. There's a table here. But from this point onwards, then he was trying to make out that we, some guys from here broke the window and it's a cost of about 5 to 10 grand to fix it. I mean, no. No, but this is... I don't know. Honestly, no, it's smashing myself. No, I'd say that... No, it's not. Oh, that's what he said, look, somebody's shutting from the doorway twice. Somebody's shutting their doorway twice.
That the Democrats could come up with. The biggest one is a 2 out of 10 in importance. I think that they may have said some things in that text message. Now, I'm open to hear that maybe there were some more confidential things in there. But so far, I'm going to agree with Trump. It's just a thing that can happen. But just think about the fact that's the best thing they have. And then I'm hearing Mark Cuban do the, what's wrong with Musk and Trump is that they do ready, fire, aim. Do you think that anybody can tell from the outside if they're doing the right stuff? I don't think so. And I think that there are situations where firing before you measure is exactly the right thing. I remember the shocking day that I first learned that when you're talking about software, you don't want to measure twice and cut once. You know, that old thing. If you're a carpenter, you want to measure it twice so that when you cut it once, it will be correct. And with hardware, same thing. So there's a whole bunch of domains in which you definitely want to make sure you're doing the right thing before you do anything. But not in software. In software, you try something and it breaks, and you try something else and it breaks, and you try something else, and it didn't really cost you anything because it's just software. So going fast and seeing what happens can work with startups, and it can work with software projects. And the question is, are there applications within Doge where that also makes sense? Certainly there are applications where the scalpel makes sense. But do you think the Doge people can't tell the difference between when to use the scalpel and when to use the chainsaw? If the bureaucracy is fighting you, which tool do you use? I'll put this to you. Those of you who are experienced in management, if the bureaucracy is trying to slow you down and slow walk you and avoid you, you want to make cuts. To use the scalpel, you can't. Because the only way you can use the scalpel is if the bureaucracy was actively helping you. Oh yeah, you don't know our operations, but let me tell you, you can scalpel this and you can scalpel that, and we're here to help. But that's not going to happen. Do you think that's what the Doge people are running into? A bunch of helpful bureaucrats who are like, wow, we can't wait. We can't wait to tell you where to scalpel us. Nope. In that case, what would be the right tool? Chainsaw. And then as you're chainsawing, the bureaucracy starts screaming, ah, ah, ah. You don't realize you're cutting this, or you cut this, the babies are going to die. And you say, wait, what?
No.
The babies are going to die. Okay, can you give me some evidence that babies are going to die? Yes, see, it's feeding these babies. And then you say, oh, okay, now you're being helpful. So you weren't helpful with the scalpel, were you? But as soon as I put the chainsaw to it, you like save the babies. Now I have some useful information, and now I'll back off on the chainsaw. Exactly. So when I see Mark Cuban saying, sort of generic things like, yeah, they're disorganized and they're just chainsawing things without wisely deciding what to do, I say to myself, I'm not sure he's fully incorporated what the bureaucracy would be doing to stymie them. If the bureaucracy is working against Doge, and I think you can just say with certainty that would be the case, then that's just chainsaw. The scalpel couldn't possibly work in that domain. But it might kick up a situation where you say, all right, we've chainsawed enough, but we hit a little sensitive area here. Let's slow down and scalpel that a little bit. So to say that scalpel always beats chainsaw is just purely dumb or inexperienced. To say that sometimes chainsaw is the right answer and sometimes scalpel is the right answer, that will always be correct. But to imagine that you can look from the outside and determine where they went wrong, you can't do that. We don't have any inside information about that. To imagine that the complaints of the bureaucracy are telling you that you should do something differently, that's not how anything works. Because the bureaucracy would be complaining no matter what you were doing. If it were a reorg, they'd be complaining. If it were cuts with a scalpel, they'd be complaining. If it were anything, they would be complaining. So if they're all reporting that they have low morale, oh, we have low morale, that's just because there's change. All change makes bureaucracies have low morale, or at least they'll tell you they have low morale. So you can't tell by listening to the people bitching about it, and you definitely can't tell what's happening and when the scalpel and when the chainsaw is being used, or if there's even a sensitivity to know when to move from one to the other. I assume they are, because it's the smart people doing it. So the best. So now let's look at the best that the Democrats have. We've got the James Carville approach, which is basically give up and just roll over and hope that the other side makes a mistake. You've got the generic complaints. Well, I don't think that they measured twice and cut once, which doesn't really make sense. Because, like I said, they should be using the scalpel sometimes and the chainsaw sometimes. And from the outside, you can't tell. You just can't tell from the outside what's working and what isn't. That's just not a thing. Then you've got the Jasmine Crockett approach, which is just be really stupid in public every single day. Like really stupid. And try to sell that. All right, we got some stupidity going. And then you've got the Signal app story that the Dramocrats are trying to sell you with their faces. Rah, rah, I'm so aghast. That incompetence, that massive incompetence. Rah. And those are the best plays. You know, also yelling at their own leadership for being terrible. So I've never seen a more disorganized, completely broken party than this. I don't know if there's any time in my life this has ever happened. Did I coin Democrats? No, I did not. No, I did not. So I stole that from a DM that I got, where somebody DM'd it to me. But I love it, the Democrats. It puts it in perspective, because I really do think that the Democrats are largely a theatrical production. And I mean that literally, in the sense that they're acting about how mad they are. They're acting about how much of a difference anything that they're talking about matters. And that's all they have. When I see Republicans, let's take the story earlier about Mike Johnson. When he says that the Congress has control over these courts, the funding for these courts, was that theatrical? Not even a little bit. That it was just matter of fact. This is something that we might do. It's important, and it just tells you. That's it. When Trump signs his executive orders, even though he's like the greatest showman, he's largely just communicating what he's doing in an interesting way. It's not theater, because there are real things happening, and you can see the reality of it in the executive order. So it seems to me that Republicans have, similar opinions, because conservatives have similar opinions to each other, and that when they describe them, they're just talking. But when the Democrats get involved, I think it's because they don't understand policy, or they're, I don't know, they just seem to be locked into a theatrical mode where they believe that selling the disgust on their faces is all they have to sell. Look at the disgust on my face. Oh. And then I'll say again, what do you think would be the reaction of the typical Democrat voter if they read a story about that, the Signal app situation, and the story was just described in just cold, dry terms? Well, it looks like this shouldn't have happened, but luckily nobody got hurt. Everybody learned something. Mike Waltz took full responsibility. Looks like a staff member did it. How much do you think an average voter would care if they just heard it that way? But I would bet you that for the rest of this year at least, if you bring up anything about Trump doing good stuff, a Democrat will say, oh, but what about that massive, disgusting incompetence from that Signal app? And they will pick up the emotions and the theatrical act that they saw on TV. They're going to see the news people do it, they'll see the pundits do it, and they'll just act like that. It's definitely just acting. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's just so obvious and so pervasive on one side. All right, so that's all I got for today. Thanks for joining. I'm going to say a few words privately to the local subscribers. And the rest of you, I will see tomorrow, same time, same place. YouTube and Rumble and X. Thanks for joining. And locals coming at you privately in 30 seconds.
Perfect.
Get moved from around here, man. Fucking move. He's a fucking get moved around here. station, the bus station.
when they return yet. I mean, they're walking very fucking far, man. I want another energy drink. Would be nice.
You may think 4 million cop. What is it?
Jay just sent me something.
Okay.
Apparently Marvel Studios is live streaming on Twitter, and they tweeted announcement, and it's a cast chair with Chris Hemsworth's name on it, and said announcement, take a seat, and they're live streaming right now.
So,
and we're just waiting.
Well, we got an announcement yesterday from, I believe, Film Threat said that there was going to be a huge announcement today. Let me see if I can find that tweet. Right here, though. Right there. Marvel Studios is rumored to drop some massive news tomorrow, March 26th. It's said to be potentially bigger than Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom casting. That's what we read. So,
that's weird that it says Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Jay just texted me and said, make sure you give me full credit. I said you DM me, brother.
So we'll keep an eye on that. Let me finish up the Switch 2 discussion. So, hell, I don't even remember the point I was trying to make right then. But ultimately, look, this is what they do. They do things that are so out of the ordinary. This is why we love them. It's also why we hate them. Oh, I was making the point about Metroid Dread.
But if you get a fifth course, that is like
Over 20 million copies. So, Metroid and Star Fox. He's right here, Chad. He's right here. This is coming. Let's get some more of these super chats.
Yep. Dom H for the 5 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you, Dom H for the 5 gifted. Jeremy the Gay with a 2 because I have relationships with women. Thank you for the $2. Andy plays games with the 2. What's better, God of War 3 or 2018? They're both phenomenal games. It's hard to say which one's better.
3 is better.
I love them.
3 is one of my favorite games of all time.
3 is more like grand as how many gods you killed, how many lives.
Yeah, I don't think he's I think they just gave out the bags and left.
Throws you right to that Poseidon fight. It's unbelievable. And you just kill so many of the pivotal Greek gods in 3, but 2018 is just absolutely insane too. It's tough to say, man. It's tough to say. Thank you for the $2. Alex McCarthy with a 2. Enter code RK3PO even though the S tier isn't here. Use code Beardo on Meta PCs. Thank you for the $2.
199.
Legendary Scrub with the 2. What's better, God of War 2018 or Dark Knight Rises? God of War 2018, and it's not even fucking close, dude.
Dark Knight Rises.
It's not even close.
Dark Knight Rises.
2018.
Rises.
That's absolutely insane. The Crypt with a 2. Jeremy, get back in your car. Car's big as peak. Thank you, The Crypt. Gator's Brick Channel with a 5 for Beardo's Peg Fun. Got to keep him from getting a nut allergy. What?
I still can't believe the reaction to my fucking car videos. Like, so many people are upset about them. And that just means it feels so good. It feels like 2018, 2019 Geeks and Gamers again. Because I'm making car videos and I'm making regular videos. Still live streaming. But yeah, the fucking people are so mad about these car videos, and I fucking love every single second of it. More car videos will be happening very soon. I've seen people crying like, why aren't you using that filter? I've always used that filter on car videos. It's just part of the gimmick. It's what I've always done. So it will continue. The car videos will continue.
And she's got yours.
Sir.
Yeah, are they,
With the $5. I think Ryan talked about this
are
already.
they coming back with
Did
the
you see
bags?
these
They're gone?
Final Fantasy translations yet? No.
Don't think so.
No clue. Thank you for the $5. Oh, now they're showing who's Vanessa Kirby. Who's Vanessa Kirby? Who does she play? Because now the chair is switched. Vanessa Kirby.
So there's just this is gonna take a while right here. This is gonna take a while. They're just gonna go through a bunch of names. It's interesting though. It's an interesting way to do it.
No. Do we know? Chad?
Which is released in 2023. This is Sony Xperia 5 II, which is released in 2020. If I ask an average person which one is more new, they would probably guess that
this one is more best.
because it is more slick. It has 3 cameras on the back,
More better.
whereas the newer version just have 2 cameras on the back and just looks a bit shinier. Today we'll focus on Sony Xperia 5 Mark II, and I will tell you why this flagship phone, even after 2 years, can be the right choice for your consumption. You don't always need to buy the latest phone. There's probably 2 to 3 times higher the price tag than the old flagship. Even though I review Sony Xperia 5 Mark II, the review also holds for Sony Xperia 5 Mark III, as they are very similar products. The only difference is that the CPU of Sony Xperia 3 is slightly better than the CPU or computational power of Sony Xperia 2. At the same time, Sony Xperia 2 have less of a throttling issue than Sony Xperia 5 Mark III. In computer science, there's a law called the Moore's law. Moore's law is the observation that the number of transistors in an integrated circuit doubles about every 2 years. In the old times, it meant whenever you upgrade your computer, you will get almost double the power that your previous computer had. At this
Double the power that your previous computer had.
Blame it on him.
Blame it on me. Right now, so it says fans speculate that Avengers Doomsday cast will be revealed throughout the day. So Hemsworth and Vanessa Kirby being the first one. So this could just this feed could just take all day. Like they could just move around to different names. So we will keep an eye on it.
The Beast with a 25 months. Aloha, Jeremy, Chat, and the Fellowship, the 199 Arcade 3PO, and Beardo 2, I guess. All jokes aside, thanks for keeping us entertained. Remain blessed. Thank you to Beast for the 25 months. Jonas Campbell with the $10. Marvelous is stealing from Jeremy Griggs.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, good point. Alt 95 with the 199 is RE3 remake worth buying at your mixed signals. If you can get it on sale. I wouldn't pay more than $20 for Resident Evil 3 remake. It's a short campaign. The gameplay's fine, but it's really short. You can beat the game in like 5 to 7 hours if you really run through it. Get it on sale. Thank you for the 199. Jay is Macaque with a 5. Jeremy, will you be there when we finally have WrestleMania in the stream? Can't wait to see Beardo's reaction to TLC 2 for the first time.
Yes, I will do my best to be there. I love WrestleMania 17. So, and it's, of course, that The Rock Austin stuff is just, man, so good. So, all right, let's get into our first story of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Snow White is a complete and total disaster on every single possible level. We, the fans, were right. We have been right the entire time. And now we're taking a victory lap because this has been about 2 years in the making, and everything that the fans said has been proven right, and then some. The box office has been a complete and total flop for Snow White, and now you have Disney even admitting that Rachel Zegler was a massive PR problem. Breaking, according to Variety, Disney didn't want to rein in Rachel Zegler because of the Gina Carano lawsuit. Really odd when they would even compare these two. Really odd that they would even compare these two, let alone mention them in the same sentence. Unlike Zegler, Carano never attacked the fans or the projects she was on. As time went on, Disney became increasingly loath to weigh in on anyone's speech, considering that the studio was sued in 2024 by actress Gina Carano, who claims that she was fired from The Mandalorian for voicing her opinions on hot button issues. First of all, Variety, she didn't claim anything. They fucking admitted it when they publicly shamed her on their own social media. Carano didn't claim anything. They admitted that that's what they did. But it's okay for Rachel Zegler, apparently, to say fuck Donald Trump and all of his supporters, and that she hopes that Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. That was apparently okay. But what Gina Carano did, apparently that was too far, and they had to publicly shame her. This is one of the many reasons that this thing drives me crazy with this Rachel Zegler story, because it shows the hypocrisy going on, and what they did to Gina is such bullshit. And the fact that Gina did nothing wrong, by the way, yet Rachel Zegler literally did what they claim that Gina Carano did, and they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. And, I mean, right here, Rachel Zegler posted, fuck Donald Trump on Instagram. Disney paid a social media guru to work with the Snow White star to vet any post before the film's March 21st release. absolutely crazy. Many people inside Disney were reportedly shocked that Rachel Zegler supported Palestine publicly a day after the first teaser for Snow White released. If you remember, me and many others covered this when she posted the teaser for Snow White. It went
The other side of the road, Mike.
It went mega viral. A viral post for a film that she was working on. She decided to add a political statement to it. Insane. And then on top of all of that, because of Rachel Zegler and Disney, during the Snow White drama, death threats toward star Gal Gadot, who is Israeli, spiked, and Disney had to pay for additional security for the mother of four. I thought it was Rachel Zegler that was getting all of the death threats. That's what I was told. Pretty interesting how Rachel Zegler's fans and Rachel Zegler's supporters were so bad to Gal Gadot that Disney had to hire additional security, but I thought we were the toxic fans. This is a complete shit show for Disney right now. This is everything we claimed it would be.
Oh yeah, you see the blatant double standard when you have actresses hired under Disney like Rachel Zegler, Mark Ruffalo, Pedro Pascal, all the Avengers that made that pro Kamala commercial with Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Don Cheadle, all fucking saying how great would it be if Kamala Harris was president and screwed the other guy. And could you imagine if there were a group of actors under Disney who were like, we got to get together, we got to vote for Donald Trump, like let's say Chris Pratt and company, if he can even get a few other people who will have the balls to fucking do that. They'd all get ostracized and they'd all get fucking fired from Disney if they came out with a video saying how great it would be to elect Donald Trump and let's vote for Trump. But God forbid Gina puts out a tweet comparing what was going on during 2020 and the Summer of Love to what happened during World War II. But you have Rachel Zegler who cannot shut her fucking mouth when it comes to this endless war in the Middle East and fighting with her co-star Gal Gadot. They fucking hate each other. They hate each other. So the double standard is fucking insane, dude.
It really is. And on that point about how all of the Avengers came together to support Kamala and against Donald Trump, and of course Trump still won. That's because he has all the fucking power, baby, right there. So hey, it's what happens, Avengers, when you try to all show, oh, we're so strong and powerful, we're gonna get Kamala elected, and Donald Trump defeated all of you by himself, and it's fantastic. Now, the box office numbers have not been very good for Snow White up to this point. Obviously, this has been one of the biggest flops ever for a Disney live-action movie, and I'm still thinking that this movie's gonna lose anywhere from like $250 to $300 million, and it could be even worse than that at this point in time. There was a video of Rachel Zegler right here. Is this it? Rachel Zegler in a theater watching Snow White. It's an empty theater. It's an empty theater. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah, but also she can afford not to be in a theater with the rest of us peasants. Well, because in her opinion, we're beneath her. She's better than us.
To be fair, though, I want to give Rachel Zegler credit. All right, I want to give her credit because she, a very brave soul, she said to herself, "I'm a privileged person. And I get to go have empty theaters all to myself. I want everyone else to experience that too. So I'm going to thank this movie." Because there's empty theaters everywhere.
That is wild, dude. That's crazy.
I want everyone else to experience empty theaters just like I get to experience this. So I'm going to thank this movie. Good Lord, man. Like, what a disaster this is. Like, I'm one, like, if you remember the Marvels, when the Marvels came out, I think it ended up doing like $200 million worldwide. $200 million! That's a problem. I don't think this is going to be that low, but it's not going to be much higher. I mean, I think most people seem to think $350 million is kind of the peak for this movie. And as I've said, if you look at the budget, if you look at the marketing, if you look at all the stuff that goes into this movie with the reshoots, this movie's budget is somewhere around like, I feel like this movie, and again, I don't think we have a specific number. I feel like this movie has to make like $800 million to break even with all of the stuff that went into it. And that's clearly not going to happen. They're going to lose several $100 million on this movie. So I'm loving every single second of it. So we'll continue to monitor this whole situation and watch it all play out. But Disney getting exactly what they deserve is exactly the right thing moving forward to watch play out, because this has been 2 years build up. They took what was a film, so the original Snow White film literally defined Disney. Walt Disney put everything on the line with his animated feature of Snow White. If Snow White would have failed back then, I'm not sure Walt Disney would have been able to continue with his vision and his company, but it was an overwhelming success. And that basically was the jumping off point for what Walt created. Without that movie, it would have been a very difficult road for him. And she disrespected that. That's not gonna piss people like me off or you off. That's gonna think she pissed off OG Disney fans. She pissed off the people that love Disney and supported Disney and still go to the theme parks. That's who she pissed off. She pissed off everybody. So I go back to, I don't know who this movie's made for. I have no idea. I don't know who this movie's made for, but they have fucked up big time. Congratulations, Disney.
And it's the same common problem with Disney in all of their different branches, whether it's Star Wars, their, in-house Disney movies that they're making, or even Marvel. They take the source material, and these people who are in power now, which are mostly activists, think that they're smarter and know better, and that they're going to take the source material, put their own fucking woke commie bullshit in it, and think that it's better, and they think that they're doing you a favor. And if you don't like it, well, you just don't understand. You're not with the program. You're not one of us. And if you're not one of us, then fuck you, and we're going to call you all these terrible names.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And like, not even to mention that Rachel Zegler is horribly miscast. And even Gal Gadot too, although Gal Gadot's hot. She can't act. Rachel Zegler doesn't look a fucking anything like Snow White. You got Disney princesses who are actually at the parks at Disneyland and Disney World who would do a better job than Rachel Zegler. It's absolutely insane. And it goes without saying too, obviously, for Ariel as well. I don't know what they're doing, man.
Christopher Nolan seems to think that the casting of Rachel Zegler is really good. He's like, she is beautiful.
Yeah, so
Did you not get the fucking joke?
Yeah, no, I get it. Maggie Gyllenhaal. You are beautiful. Yeah.
Oh man.
We're gonna have Elliot Page say that to Zendaya in the Odyssey. You are beautiful. So are you. You're beautiful. Fuck me. The Beast with the 5 Assassin's Creed Shadows is trash. Meanwhile, Suikoden 1 and 2 remastered is dope. Am I pronouncing that right?
No, yes, no, you're not.
Suikoden? Suikoden? I don't fucking know. 1 and 2 remastered is dope as fuck. Skip all of this modern shit and hit your backlogs, boys.
That's pretty much the only thing you can do at this point in time.
Thank you, DeBeast. Rufio with a $5. We finally got a car video. Geeks and Gamers is fucking back. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm gonna probably do another one today. If not today, tomorrow.
Russian Bot with a 5. I was gonna leave a super chat calling Jeremy gay, but with Beardo reading super chats, it's like, what's the point? He's gonna mess it up anyways. I was pretty on point last night. I might have messed it up once.
I just realized something.
Whatever.
I know why Dan's in Brazil. games. I respect Brazil.
Oh yeah. I got some good follows on Instagram. Some women from Brazil. They are built.
I respect
Share.
Brazil.
Yeah.
And I apologize for all the mean things I've said about you.
Where should
Yeah.
Not really.
Isaac
Fuck
with
you,
the
Dan.
2. Happy 1-year anniversary GCA stream today.
Let's go.
Hey, happy anniversary. Thank you for the $2. Sir Paladin Thundercake with the $5. Apparently the lyrics translate to "We will slaughter them." In Yasuke's theme versus final boss, you should consider taking a look.
I'll check it out.
There you go. Thank you for the $5. Goodbye Beardo with $1. Thank you. Emo Otaku with a 5. Would you rather get stink faced by Rikishi or spend 5 minutes in the ring with New Jack? I don't know what that means, either of them.
I do. And that's a tough call. That's a tough call. Can I just pick the Brazilian chick instead?
No, that's not in the question. Who's New Jack?
New Jack's. You just need to look up the lore on New Jack. He's no longer with us. New Jack is fucking crazy. So.
Okay. By the way,
Yeah.
I finished Mr. Man documentary. I finished it. I only had one episode.
Mr. what?
Mr. McMahon, sorry.
Mr. Man?
My bad. I finished the Mr. McMahon documentary, by the way. I thought I had like 2 episodes left. It's only a 6-episode series.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I finished it yesterday.
Somebody says stink face isn't death. It kind of is, though, because you still have to live with the fact that you went through a stink face. So I don't know, man. That's an impossible question to ask. Because on one hand, you're gonna have stink face, and you're always gonna have that in your life. But then on the other hand, you're gonna die if you're in the ring with New Jack.
Thank you. Emo Otaku with $5. Ministry of Wrong Thing with a $1.99. Hi ho. Rachel Zegler. Guess what? Good one. Thank you for the $1.99. Fairy with a 2. Hate the Hate right again. Hail the $1.99 and God bless.
Nate the Hate is he's pretty much the most trusted leaker in gaming, 100%.
Is he a YouTuber or just a Twitter guy?
He's got a YouTube channel. I don't know if he would consider himself a YouTuber. I don't know how big he is on YouTube.
Shadow Sane with a 5. My favorite God of War enjoyers, no arguments whatsoever. Echo Chamber.
Big time
Thank
Echo
you.
Chamber. Big time.
Big time. Thank you for the $5. Solid Metal Snake with a $10. If only we could get a survival horror Jurassic Park game, but Universal keeps giving us Vans Park Simulator games of it. Jurassic Park games back then used to be brutal. I love survival horror Jurassic Park game. Thank you for the $10. One IDS with a $20. New sub, and this is actually why. #truth.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the $20. Ministry of Wrong Thing with a 5. Gina's repost aged like fine wine with all these Tesla attacks.
This is very true.
Yep.
Gina was always right.
Thank you for the 5. Tobias Nexus with a 10. I may disagree with so many over various things like politics, movies, adult industries, etc. But I'm glad that everyone is seemingly agreeing that Snow White is absolute garbage and a shame to Walt Disney.
It's honestly, it's unified a lot of people. I mean, it's just because it's such an obvious thing. Like, there's no discussion to be had. This is a bad movie, and again, bad movies are one thing, but a bad movie that was ruined by political propaganda and a star that disrespected the source material. This has brought so many people together, and even people that are seemingly on different sides of different arguments, everybody can recognize how much of a disaster this is. So thank you, Rachel Zegler, for bringing everyone together to hate your guts.
Oh, yeah. Vanessa with the 5. My family and friends with kids hated it. Literally asked to leave the theater because it wasn't Snow White.
It's true. That's what I said. You know, I don't know who it's made for. I have no idea. And by the way, people say, well, it's made for kids. You don't even know. It's like, that is such a retarded argument. Kids doesn't deserve retarded movies. Toy Story is made for kids. The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, The Lion King, the animated Lion King. Movies that are made for kids are not supposed to be retarded pieces of shit. They're just not. So anybody that uses that argument, I think it's such a ridiculous argument to make. that, oh, well, it's for kids, it's not supposed to work for you. A movie that's made for kids from Disney with a budget of $300 fucking million is a movie that is supposed to be intended for everybody.
Right.
You don't make a movie with that big of a budget based on that iconic property and say, well, it's just they're not even targeting towards you. That is an insane argument.
All of their live-action princess movies have sucked, except for Cinderella. But that was before they started, you know, doing the weird fucking leftist programming into their movies.
Somebody in the chat says, what are some good movies? Well, I'll tell you what you can do if you're really, really, really interested in that. You can go over to Criticless. You can look at all of my movies over here on Criticless. Let's see, I just put a Bug's Life review up. I give it a 95%. I love A Bug's Life. I think it's very underrated and very, very underappreciated. I think people don't discuss A Bug's Life. I think it's absolutely fantastic. There's my Snow White review. Gave that a 10%. Trap. That movie is weird, man. I gave it a 40%. M. Night Shyamalan. So there's my Sonic review. Mario. Superman Returns, 45%. The Batman, 65. The Dark Knight Rises, 80%. Let's go.
That is fucking crazy.
The Dark Knight, 100%.
You're saying, look at The Dark Knight Rises, 80%. That's your own fucking review. You're like patting yourself on the back because you have an opinion.
Okay, then here.
I know. You
Overall,
click on it.
79 fucking percent from the whole fucking site. So go fuck yourself.
It's a terrible movie.
He
Terrible
wants to know
garbage.
what I think are good movies. The Batman 89, 85%, great fucking movie, holds up very well. Lord of the Rings, obviously, greatness. Cobra Kai, Interstellar, let's go! Yeah, so there you go. You can go over to Criticless if you want to know my opinions on things. And you can follow me over there.
Yeah, you can follow me too. I'm actually having Blaine from Criticless on Bro Science today.
Don't follow Epic Mike, follow me.
Right. Actually, unfollow Epic Mike.
I agree with that.
Space Monkey with the 4 months. Speaking of source material, Star Wars Bounty Wars is far superior to Book of Boba Fett. There you go. Thank you for the 4 months. Shadow Say with the $5. No Snow Browns at Disney. Okay. Jacob Joseph with 5. I would have sent $10, but I spent the other $5 on a box of fake Newtons in your honor. P.S. You two are turbo gay. Thank you, Jacob Joseph. You have 2 first names. Eric Beller with a 199. What happened to all those Rumble rants last night? We read them.
Yeah, yours was the first one I believe we read.
Yep, we read them at the very end of the show.
You know what's crazy? Rumble claims that we had 156,000 people view our stream last night. What? It just doesn't make sense. Do you have any likes that we had on Rumble? 158. But they say we had 156,000 views. That makes no fucking sense.
Rumble. Good old Rumble.
How did I have 156,000 views on the main event last night? There's 185 people watching me now. How? Man, that doesn't make sense.
If you're on the first page and just scanning through the home page and, you know, maybe it populates a view for you. I don't know. Blue Oyster with a 5. Glad you're back, Jeremy. Hugs to Beardo too. Been playing the first Berserker Kazan, and it's amazing. You guys should check it out. Miss Cobracast streams.
Cobracast will be live tonight. I gotta catch up on a lot of stuff.
And yes, I'm definitely going to check out the Berserker Kazan for sure. It seems right up my alley. Thank you for the $5. Taker with a 5. Quantum Leap guy. I'm retarded. Opens closet door. Welcome to Tuesday night's main event. Yes. Am I retarded? You sucked me with a $2, says Beardo Fat. Thank you. Trillis with a 199. Mr. Man, Beardo was watching the wrong film. Thanks. Chris Coran, what's up, Chris Coran with a $5. Jeremy, did you know that Brady the Goat is a fan of Geeks and Gamers and the 199? His weekly report is called the 199. Let's fucking go. Also, charter boat fishing, yes or no? Yes.
It's because he was the 199th pick in the draft. That's why.
Yes, Chris. If you're going charter boat fishing, count me in, brother. Let's fucking do it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for the $5. JP username with a 20. I found an issue with the Meta PC's promo codes. I entered Beardo in order to verify. I had to upload a picture of taking an ear of corn in the back door. I used 199 instead. Lock it in. Now
Use
that's
the 199. Let's go.
That's simply not true. Okay, that is fake news. CNN. Incorrect. Use code Beardo to save on Meta PCs. Shadow saying with a 5. Using the "it's made for kids" is an insult to kids.
Dude, did you hear, and I'm not going to take this too political, okay, but did you hear about Jasmine Crockett calling Greg Abbott Hot Wheels, Governor Hot Wheels, because he's in a wheelchair?
I don't know who Jasmine Crockett is.
Jesus Christ, you need to fucking grow up. You know how you told Grand Potato to grow up, by the way?
Yeah, I
Shout
hope
out
he's
to
doing
Grand
okay.
Potato. Shout out to Grand Potato for Beardo being a retard yesterday.
Easy.
Hail Grand Potato, hope you're doing well, but yeah, you need to grow up and learn the fucking world, alright? Jasmine Crockett is an evil piece of shit. Anyway, she called Greg Abbott Hot Wheels because he's in a wheelchair, Governor Greg Abbott.
Right.
Well, I saw a few people trying to be like, oh, I can't believe she said that. It's like, MAGA doesn't fucking get offended over shit like that. You know what we do? We fucking meme, okay?
Show me a picture of this lady.
There we go. Yeah. Let's go, Governor Hot Wheels.
Not edited or photoshopped at all.
Not edited, not photoshopped at all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you gotta do, man. I think that calling him Governor Hot Wheels is awesome. And if I were him, I would run with that. I would feed
Hell
it.
yeah.
I would grift it. Yeah, it's fantastic. So.
Hell yeah. Show me what this Jasmine Crockett chick looks like. That's her?
Right.
God's saying I do know who she is.
That's her.
She looks familiar. Maybe I just didn't know her by name.
There's things she's certainly would be on food stamps if she wasn't in politics. So she's a hood. I'm just gonna shut up. So let's just go ahead.
Are you calling her ghetto?
Big time.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Subway J with a 2. Teletubbies was made for Beardo. I never watched Teletubbies, dude. I was a Power Rangers kid. Power Rangers and Rocket Power. Thank you for the $2. Jonathan Gonzalez with a 5. Not related to Disney, but are any of you shocked that the new Assassin's Creed game actually sold well? 2 million players on release day? Yeah, that's fake.
Well, first of all, yeah, 2 million players doesn't signify sales. Secondly, every video I made of Assassin's Creed Shadows,